first day I got to jail, I was facing 70 years for 30 days. When we first went through, the judge said, you guys are facing federal time, 60 to 70 years, take them away. I was facing, the first day I got to jail, I was facing 70 years for 30 days. When we first went through, the judge said, you guys are facing federal time, 60 to 70 years, take them away. So by this being my first time in jail, I'm saying to myself, boy, I always wanted to come here, but I never wanted to come here under these circumstances. Always as a kid, I wanted to go to jail and see what it was like, but visit. And so, of course, that night I cried. I shedded mad tears that night. And I ain't afraid to say it, because it brought a reality to me that, you know, as I kept waking up morning after morning and I'm in the same old place, it was like a bad dream that wasn't going to end until I make it end. I said while I was in jail, what I would do was use the same energy that I use into doing negative, turn it all the way around and do positive. And there was no way that I could fail, because I know that when I went out and did wrong, which was selling drugs to my own people who, you know, it was a stumbling block. It was a learning experience, but it was a stumbling block. So now my focus is on saving as many lives as possible, by all means necessary. That's my motivation, that's my heart, that's what I feel that we all was put here to do, is, you know, make it better for generations to come, by all means necessary. I have a son. My son was born in '93. I was there to see him come out the womb, and that was it. When I came out, he was 6 years old. So I missed all of that. I missed all of that due to the fact that when I was in jail, I was what they would call a model inmate. That gave me the chance to know my son and to just realize no one can teach him what it is he needs to know but me. No one could be a father to him but me. And I realized that, and I said to myself, well, you know, I gotta get out, I gotta stay out, and I'll do anything possible to make sure that he learns what it is he needs to learn, you know, to survive out here. It's like this. If you're willing to deal with what's going on inside of you, then all of a sudden things that's distracting you from doing that will disappear. And you'll end up with like a tunnel vision. You'll end up with a personal relationship with your spirit. You'll end up with, you know, knowledge. You'll end up with understanding. You'll end up with just a certain feeling that just feels so good, because you know that you're not alone. You know that good feeling can last. Let's just talk about dealing with you. You have to be able to separate yourself from the world, from yourself totally physically. You have to know that there is something inside of you that makes you cry. There is something inside of you that makes you happy. There is something inside of you that can burn. You have to know that all the feeling inside of you is real. That was me 20 years ago, and here I am today, um, still fighting the good fight, still willing to help and do whatever it is that I can to help, you know what I'm saying, anybody, including you. What we was talking, I had to just blood and guts, right? I just had to kind of like pull it all together and just determine that I was going to live, but not like live savagely, right? Not hurt people, but you know what I'm saying, live in a way that I can learn every day, I can take advantage every day. I didn't want to be in jail twice, right? I didn't want to be in jail physically and mentally. So I decided that since I'm physically here and there's nothing that I can do about it, then I'm not going to be mentally here, right? And that kind of started, you know what I'm saying, me into, finding things that allowed me to escape mentally. And I cling to those things that allowed me to escape mentally up until I got out physically, and it worked. My work is saving lives. My work is building relationship with the young people who are going down similar roads that I went down. Build a relationship with them so that they could understand that I understand that, and they're not alone. This work has, allowed me the opportunity to travel pretty much all over the United States and even to a couple countries, and just being myself, not even this big name, popular person with a lot of money, but just being my authentic, Warren Hardy self has opened up more doors than I could ever imagine doing this work, speaking at prisons and, meeting President Obama, just things that I wouldn't have never thought, possible. I don't have a ton of money. All I have is my integrity and my commitment to want to see change for generations to come. And it's a everyday process, but it is definitely something that I'm committed to for the rest of my life.
Instead of saying, why you coming in here being disrespectful because you smell like weed, how about you ask them why they smoking weed, and before the story is over, you're going to want to hit the weed yourself. Think about that. Think about that. Oh, why is his pants hanging down? He just so disrespectful. He got his hat on. He just won't listen. But how about you listen? Because see, some of us, we listen with our eyes. Right? We listen with our eyes. So based off the color of a person's skin, based off of whether they got a hat on, based off of when they get introduced, they have letters in the back of their name, we're deciding whether or not we want to listen to them. So I've been having the same conversation. Now I got some letters at the end of my name. It make no difference. It make no difference. My story don't change because I got letters at the end of my name, but some people won't listen to me without them. Systemic issues that oppress our community, separate us as human beings, make us think one color is better than the other. I'm asking all of us here, don't listen, with your eyes, listen with your heart. One person just turned the lights out on his whole room. Not even thinking that one person can turn the lights out on everybody. Everybody. One person turned the lights out when you're all sitting here in the dark. The only difference is this is just an experience. But in the real world, where we're passing individuals that's on orange and red every day, and it's not my business, it's not my kid, it's not my son, or he's black, or she's white, he's rich, and he's poor. So you're not making it your business because you don't understand is Warren Hardy from Hartford, Connecticut. In 1994, I lost my cousin to gang violence, the same gang that I myself was a part of. I now believe that there's no love without sacrifice. So I have committed my life to working with not just youth in Hartford, but youth all over, trying to prevent anyone from experiencing the love of the lost one. As adults, something that we did and something that we didn't do that have our youth in the current situation that they're in, you know, they wasn't born like that. When crack cocaine came into my community, the good people moved out, and the people that couldn't move out ended up being on drugs. So there was nobody there to say, this is bad, or this isn't supposed to happen, or this is the way. Nobody. Family didn't want to take other family in, so, you know, I was pretty much on my own. And by not being educated, I missed out on opportunities. I missed out on experiencing certain things, you know, as a young person. It's about having relationships. The only way that I can ask anybody to stop doing something that they want to do is to have a relationship with them. Because I'm so committed and dedicated to my work, because this is my work. I live and breathe this stuff every day, meaning everything that I do in my life revolves around creating opportunities to save lives. Because I've lost and continue to lose my brothers and sisters on a regular basis. I've been to so many funerals, I don't want to go to any more funerals. I only believe in speaking one way, and that's from the heart, because I don't want you to hear me, I want you to feel me. I want to be able to move. Principle number 1, nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. Because I feel that I am a courageous person, because my job involves risking my life on a regular basis. It involves being on call 24 hours for all type of emergency response in the city of Hartford. Me personally, I grew up with family members, parents on drugs, so that gave me kind of like the personal experience that I need to be able to relate to a lot of the young people's lives today, knowing what it's like to be a part of a gang. I actually did some time in prison. Young people need not look for anybody to give them anything or think that anybody owes them anything, because a lot of times it is the reason why they're either a part of a gang, not doing well in school, not connected to any type of community events that's positive, because of the damage or hurt that they have experienced in their personal lives. I believe that there's no love without sacrifice. I mean that if we're going to save somebody's life, whether it's young, old, however we got to do it, and we're not willing to risk, or we're being selective, we can't love, we can't want to go home. Sometimes some of us want to go home more than we want to do what's right, out of fear. And if we're not going to step up to the plate today and right now and make this place better for generations to come, we're wrong. We're wrong. We cannot be afraid to lose our life in the midst of saving. We need to start now on fixing the things, you know what I'm saying, that we want to fix for generations to come. And at the end of the day, we cannot let the fact that we may not be here to see it prevent us from doing what needs to be done. A lot of people don't do anything because they're like, well, we can't fix it today. It's not about fixing it today. It's about making it better for generations to come so that the cycle can be broken. At the end of the day, it's a life and death situation. We got to work together. And we can't wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. Even though they have the training, and even though the seed is planted, life still goes on. There's still weeds and still a whole bunch of things that's going to try to stomp that out. So it's our job to continue to provide that hope so that they continue to want to learn more until they're able to, you know, it's no longer something that you actually have to study. It's nature. We all have a responsibility. We all have a role to play in this society, that when you take on one of these principles, you make that principle 10 times better. We have to think about it. Peace. Peace. That is the key. We listen with our eyes. We listen with our heart. We listen with our mind. We listen with our spirit. Some of us listen with our whole being. But when you're selective about what you're listening with, sometimes you miss the message. Because it's not about black or white. It's about nonviolence. It's about coming up with a solution for world peace. Not a solution for blacks tell me that you had purple. If you had a good day, you tell me that you had green. If you just had an okay day, you tell me that you had yellow. If you had a bad day, you say you had red. And if you had a horrible day, then you had orange. What I was trying to do was give accolades and praise for positive things. Because a young person will say, well, I had a purple day because I passed my test. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
Still out here. What's up, brother?
Who died right here?
Nobody. These are peace candles.
Okay,
Trying to keep
right.
the peace. That's what we all about.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, brother.
All right, Carl.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, unity.
Trying my best. All right. It's 12:30.
Look at that.
Still out here. Still standing in the rain for peace.
Awesome, guys. Keep up the good work.
We will.
Beautiful.
Just get off the work.
My candles are still burning.
Of course. Of course, I still got it. We got a heart. What up, brother?
Oh, you okay?
Yes,
Unity in our community. We all came out to make a stand, not when something happened, but before something happened. This is a celebration, right? We're not mourning anything. We're celebrating life. That's why we all came. For as long as I'm out here, the candles will be out here. So I got a lot of work, but I love it. I love it. It's a dream come true. You'll end up with like a tunnel vision. Make it better for generations to come by all means necessary.